GreenEDGE, one of them, Team Sky. I think the language spoken around the dinner table generally is English, especially amongst the Sky riders. Garmin Sharp.
That's another good point, actually. I mean, you rode for Cavendish, didn't you, and French teams. It's really a dream to be in a team like Sky, where, of course, the squad is predominantly British. Now then, there's a face of concentration, licking his wounds for that crash yesterday. He dearly would like to put this right today, and the way the pattern of the race is beginning to unfold here, it's working out very nicely for Cav. And again, it's a technical style finish, so it could play into the hands of Cavendish. As they come into Knowsley Safari Park, it loops all the way round before it lines up for the run to the line. Similar situation to the finish yesterday, so once again, vigilance is going to be the order of the day, and the roads were a little damp in the Safari Park as we came in this morning, but the skies are getting lighter, so let's hope it'll be a dry, because they don't want another problem to deal with as they race it out towards the finish. That's quite a long way away, but Cavendish, I must admit, is dealing with these climbs very well.
He is. I mean, he obviously not renowned as a climber, but really more for when we get into the big high mountains in the Grand Tours, as we can see Handley going again, yet again, the third time. On the third climb he's going.
Yep, Handley has gone very, very early here to try and pick up the maximum 10 points at the top of this third climb, but he's been chased down by Erterson, who's won both the previous climbs and he's the current leader in the King of the Mountains on 20 points. Richard Handley really rifling his intentions here and almost sending a telegram to the Spaniard, who's bridging the gap quite comfortably. He looks a lot fresher and lighter as he dances his way up to the wheel of the rider from Rafa Conda. Now he's making his effort, and once again then Pablo Erterson, he's going to top the climb in first place, and that means he will have picked up 30 points today. He's having a really first-class day in the office. Handley second, Bobridge third at this stage, but there's still a little way to go to the line, but the Spaniard does look very good.
He really does. He's so much stronger than the other riders, and Handley, well, he's been trying to sprint on all three climbs, not to try and get points to take the jersey, but to try and take points away from this Spanish rider Ertazan, to try and help to keep his own teammate Christian Haas in that jersey, that Skoda's Mountain jersey.
Well, Handley trying to get back up to the Spanish rider Erterson, but he's taken flight here. He sprouted his wings and flown away from the rest, and look at this, he's just tapping the rhythm out nicely. But Handley begins to gather himself here for a second strike. Now the Spaniard will need to look across, because Handley, he's closing down on him, but I think he's done enough. I'm looking for the line, which he's approaching, because as I say, it's going to be 10 points at the top for him.
Yeah, Handley there, the 22-year-old. Just needs to learn a little bit of tactics. I think he's just a little bit young, and he's just going out far too early.
But it's a very, very long climb, this, Rob. It's 2.5 kilometres. And what's happened here is, due to that very early strike by Handley, it caused the Spaniard to react. And I think he's looked back as much as to say, well, why did you go that early?
Yeah, I don't really understand it. I think he's just misreading these climbs. He's done it on the previous two climbs as well. And what it has done, it's really set up this final climb to be quite an interesting sprint now. It's broken this six-man group up. They're in absolute pieces now.
And Bobridge is looking across, so it's Bobridge, Handley, and then just tucked in at the back, it's Russell Hampton. Hampton's now having a crack. Now that I'm just wondering if the effort by the Spanish rider could cost him the 10 points.
Well, he's coming up. It looks like he's coming up to that sprint now, but blimey, what a mess this one is. It really is. It's false flat over the top. It was a steeper section at the bottom of the early part of the climb. Wow.
And the break now has fragmented into 3 different groups. We've got Erterson at the front. We've got this trio